In the football world, nobody really minds a little fib as long as it helps the football team. Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, where the Cowboys are getting ready to roll into Week 18 and then shut it down and then move in to the next chapter of this thing, which is who's going to be the head coach, who's going to be in charge, what are Jerry and Stephen thinking in that regard. And Jerry, on the subject of Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys coaching future, just uncorked a couple of doozies. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring what we do here on the Fish Report and at cowboyscountry.com. And what he is saying is disturbing, or would be disturbing if it was true, but it's not true, and it's so disingenuous that that's disturbing too. Item 1, ding. Jerry Jones saying that what happens in Week 18 against Washington at AT&T Stadium has no impact on his decision on Mike McCarthy's future. Diddly diddly dink, what? So if the Cowboys lose 48-0 and all the players quit in the second quarter, that will have no impact? It should have a tremendous impact. If the Cowboys win 48-0 and kick arch rival Washington right in the Gortats, that won't have an impact? That would be very impressive. That should have an impact. And of course it will have an impact. Item 2, ding, that from Jerry's Little Rock, door-to-door, country fried salesman jibba-jabba, that his evaluation of McCarthy will not be influenced by whatever other candidates are out there. Diddly diddly dink, what? That's nonsense. You're trying to pick your spouse. I'm going to pick my spouse, and I'm going to do so without any consideration for all the other girls that I know. Really? The fib won't bother you nearly as much if everything works out fine. Unless those two things aren't fibs. If somehow Jerry really thinks that that's the way to operate here. But to do it that way, to play Week 18 and not evaluate the coach and everything about the organization, by the way, including yourself, to do Week 18 and not bother using it as an evaluation is a waste of a tool. To consider Mike McCarthy in a vacuum and not think about what other coaches might be out there who would be more risky, less risky, not risky at all, better, a better fit, time for a change, all the things that need to come into play here. That would have Jerry and Stephen stumbling along in the darkness with blindfolds on. And I think Cowboys Nation probably had a little bit enough of that. BetUS is where to go, betus.com. Go there and get your 150% discount up to $2,000 invested in your own betting brilliance. Use the promo code YouTube150, YouTube150 at betus.com. There is no guarantee ever, but there are candidates out there that are low risk. The idea, for instance, I'll just use one. The idea of Mike Vrabel, who is a proven commodity. There's a really good chance that you will not be worse if you hire Mike Vrabel, who just interviewed with the Jets, by the way. And there's Cowboy-related rumors here that we are tracking down. I don't know if you'll be better if Ben Johnson's your coach. I don't know if you'll be better than if Kellen Moore is your coach. They've never done it before. Joe Brady, Liam Cohen. They don't come with guarantees, and few do. But Mike McCarthy doesn't come with guarantees either. The Cowboys have dropped their hints, and the hints seem very positive about McCarthy. McCarthy has all but said, I want to be here. I want to come back. Not everybody in the national media has picked that up, however, but that's a fact. And again, maybe you got to be in the building and be standing right there to understand that, but that's indisputable. If this marriage does not work, Mike McCarthy will get a job somewhere else, or at least that's what his agent would have you believe, because it's a betting war for McCarthy out there. We know about the window that the Cowboys have to negotiate here. It's delicate. How do you negotiate during your McCarthy window while not allowing him to interview elsewhere, while also somehow juggling interviews with others? It has been done. It can be done, but it's tricky. At least if the Cowboys do find themselves doing that, they'd probably do themselves a service by being honest about it all. They are not being honest about the evaluation of Mike McCarthy and the evaluation of other candidates in Jerry Jones's own words. Again, maybe it's just Jerry and the contrarian. Maybe he's just trying to be clever. But if I'm a Cowboy fan like you are, 72,000 fish heads in Cowboy Nation, I'm a little concerned that the disingenuousness of it all might be real, in the sense that Jerry and Stephen are ready to walk down this dark hallway with blindfolds on, which, again, for your taste, they've probably done a little too often over the course of the last few decades. Thank you, Bet US, and thank you to Fish Heads in Cowboy Nation in Frisco, with the Cowboys. Fish out.